friendship, and friendship's quite important to Vinay. He's a good friend. He's a very loyal friend, and I think this topic of kind of internationality is something that that's quite close to his heart. He kind of, I think he'll probably say a bit about his history, but kind of connecting beyond cultural barriers is something that's quite kind of important to him. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say about nationality and Buddhism.
Hello guys and girls. Thanks for coming. Such a big number, I wasn't expecting. Just before I start, how many of you are new or just came first time? Young Buddhists. That's great, just to get idea. Thanks. Yeah. When my friend suggested me this topic, I was a bit, I thought it gonna be fine, and then when I started doing research on it, oh my god, why did I take this topic? It looks so complicated. One foreigner speaking about internationality in different country, I thought it's not gonna work, but at last I managed to prepare something. Where should I start from? Okay. Yeah, first of all, please forgive about my grammar. I'm trying hard, but I'm good in logic and other stuff, but grammar is not my thing. Okay, so I'll just give a brief about my talk. I will start with a little story about Bhante. I'll tell you who is Bhante later on. And following that story, I'll talk about what Buddha has to say to this world after his enlightenment, which is a brief of his teaching, because his teaching and my topic is all interconnected. Yeah, I will explore within his teaching his compassion, friendship, and Four Noble Truth. I won't go in all detail because it takes life to understand his teaching. So brief. Yeah, and then later on, beautiful reading from Bhante about friendship and humanity. Just a nice quote from him. And yeah, I'll talk more about my own experience about friendship and friendship in India and friendship in UK. And I will go further into internationality in UK and how this topic is important to all of us, because we are living in such a multinational country. I really find this topic fascinating to work with, and my struggle with connecting people as well. I'll talk more about that. So anyway, I better go into topic. So yeah, so little story about Bhante. Bhante is a founder of this organization, TBO, Triratna Buddhist Order. His real name is Urgen Sangharakshita. Bhante we call in the, Bhante means basically monk, Buddhist monk in Pali. So yeah, that's his brief. Well, he spent 20 years in India before he founded this organization. He was a hard practitioner. He really lived hard life in India as a monk. Most half of his time, I guess, he spent around Kalimpong and Nepal and all that mountain area. And he literally starved, meditate. He walked from one part of India to other part he just walked, and he didn't have any money. He didn't keep any kind of possession. He tried to live as a monk, because he believed on what Buddha did, he can do, and that's how he practiced, and he got a lot of experience from that. He achieved quite a good state, a mental state. But while he was practicing, and he made a lot of connection with other Buddhists in India, and he was helping new Buddhists to overcome from their background, because the new Buddhists are from low caste and They had a lot of trouble in India by other caste people. He helped them a lot. Okay, so while he's doing everything, he had this question in mind: why do I really need nationality? Do I need to be recognized by English Buddhist or Western Buddhist? Can't I be just Buddhist? So literally he destroyed his documents, his passport at that time, and he decided to live just as a monk, as a Buddhist monk. And he was happy with that. But at some point he needed to go to Sri Lanka to see his friend or to give talk. I wasn't sure, I'm not sure exact what. But the immigrant officer, he didn't allow him to go, because for them he was a monk, but they still needed some kind of identity from him. So he got into trouble, so he had to stay in India at that time. But yeah, here for him there is no nationality, but for others they needed this. We still need proof, because we are living in modern world, so there is this practicality as well, and then there is concept. So with this story, there is already the question arising: is there nationality in Buddhism or not? And that's my topic. Well, let's say what's Buddhism. Let's think, or let's see what Buddhism is about. Well, I can imagine. I'm sure most of us, you are learning Buddhism, and some of you are fairly new. So when Buddha discovered enlightenment, there is a whole story of how he discovered enlightenment and how he got to that. You can obviously read that. But when he got the enlightenment, or when he gained the enlightenment, after 6 weeks of deep meditation practice, but he tried hard, really hard before that as well. He come across these 4 noble truths of life. He discovered that there is a suffering in life. We all human beings are suffering. There is a reason for suffering. But he wasn't pessimistic. He said we can get overcome from this suffering, and there is a path to overcome from this suffering. And his path is his dharma, 8 noble fold path. That's what he called. And yeah, it's interesting. He, at that time, 2,500 years ago, he discovered human suffering. It's not just physical suffering, it's psychological suffering more he was talking about. And it's just amazing. He wasn't talking about his tribes he come from. At that time, I guess there wasn't any nationality. It was more about kingdoms and tribes, mostly in India. I maybe same in Europe, kingdoms, or there was countries in Europe. We'll discuss that more in question answer. But India was divided into kingdom and tribes, and so he was talking about human being. He wasn't talking about any particular religion or any particular caste. He was talking about, and there are still, we can't challenge his philosophy. People tried, but we all experience suffering sooner or later. If we don't get success in our study or the thing we want to achieve, we suffer. Or the person we like, let's say he just died in an accident, or someone just leave you, we suffer emotionally. So that's the suffering he's talking about. But he said the reason of the suffering is craving. We crave for things, and that's why we suffer, because we want to get hold of. I don't want to hold Buddha stuff. We want to hold the things, and when it just disappeared, we feel pain. So craving is the reason of suffering, he said. But he said we can get overcome from it, and it's just amazing. And then if we follow his teaching or what he said, and when we understood, we can get happiness without all these material things, or we don't have to depend on others to be happy. The happiness is inner, and we can discover it by meditation. And the second thing he talked about is his biggest teaching is compassion. He said we need to be compassionate towards human being, not only human being, plus living beings. Now that's quite challenging. Living beings for him is animals and plants and all things. It's not easy. It's not easy to compassionate. We can't be compassionate. Sometimes it's hard to compassionate to be towards your brother or sister when you get angry. He's asking us to compassionate towards all human beings and living beings. And he goes further in that. He said your compassionate should be like as a mother loves his very own child, same way you need to be compassionate towards other living beings. It's quite a big thing. I mean, it doesn't come automatically. You meditate 1 hour and everything will be changed. It takes that. It might take life to develop that compassion, but that's the end of. That's the extreme you can think about compassion. Third thing about his teaching is friendship. He gave a lot of importance to friendship in Buddhism. He says he had a kind of his follower, his very close friend and his assistant called Ananda, and they always have discussion when they got free time, when they have free time after teaching Dharma to others. And Ananda asked him one day, Buddha, is that true that friendship is a half spiritual life? And Buddha said, do not say that, Ananda, do not say. Friendship is a whole spiritual life. So that kind of importance he gave to friendship. And it's amazing, we all experience when we all experience that feelings when we meet our close friend or classmate from school time or anytime. You just feel happy and excited and you want to spend all day with him. We go on holiday and you feel happy. You don't need other people. Sometimes just friend is enough in life. And that's important. But there are levels of friendship, and there are positive friendship, and I'm not sure it's a good word to use positive friendship. There is a vertical friendship and there is a horizontal friendship in Buddhism. But I won't go into that detail. I will welcome you to join these classes, Buddhist classes, and study more about that. Yeah, so before I talk, I just like to read Bhante's quotes about humanity and friendship, if you don't mind. It's okay, I won't read this all book. I know you all have to go home and take a rest as well. Yeah, so he's talking this in, he gave this talk in Mumbai, in Worli, years ago, like maybe 20 years back. So let's see what he has to say. Some people say that Buddhism is just an Eastern religion. This is what some Christians in the West say. They say that because Buddhism is an Eastern religion, it cannot be understood and practiced by people in the West. Such Christians forget that Christianity itself is of Eastern origin. It's interesting, isn't it? But Buddhism is in fact not an Eastern religion. It is a universal religion. Even though Buddhism originated in India, it spread over the whole earth. Buddhism can be understood and practiced anywhere in the world. Because Buddhism addresses itself to the individual human being regardless of race, nationality, caste, sex or age. Buddhism is therefore the religion of man or woman. This is one of the reasons why I am Buddhist. Bhante is saying that word again. I believe that humanity is basically one. I believe that it is possible for any human being to communicate with any other human being, to feel for any other human being, to be friends with any other human being. This is what I truly and deeply believe. This belief is a part of my own experience. It is a part of my own life. It is a part of me. I cannot live without this belief, and I would rather die than give it up. I think I'll stop here. So it's quite strong what he's saying, that he says it's possible to be friend of any other human being, or to get connect with any other human being on this planet. I'm not sure how practically we follow this thing, or how much we personally struggle to get connected with other human being. But it's possible. Okay. I just reflected on my friendship when I was in India. From my childhood, I was quite an extrovert child. Extrovert, is that correct? Yeah. I just love to make friends. If you're aware, like India is divided into caste system and different religions. But that wasn't a problem for me if I feel connected with that person. if you like cricket or watching movie, just become my friend. Doesn't matter which caste or class you come from. So it just there was actually I had more friends than any other of my friends. Maybe it's not right to how to. I had a lot of friends. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, I heard somewhere friendship is a wealth, so I really feel that. I feel rich with friends. And when I came here in UK, first thing I was looking for friends, and it didn't take me a lot to make my friendship or find friends. Arth Siddhi, he was my first friend, even he was English. I had no idea about his culture, his tradition, but I came to work in Windows and he gave me a big smile. I thought, oh, he can be my friend. And after 8 years, we still meet. We go out for movies and he gave me feedback when he was my manager. So sometimes I just hated it, but he's still my friend. Yeah. I think when I realized here, even the nationality wasn't a problem for me to make a connection with people. But at the same time, I did struggle to make connection with majority of people, because it's still the conditioning, my own conditioning, was stopping me to connect with majority of people, because I didn't understand them fully, or I didn't make struggle to understand the culture when I came here first. I'm talking about in that context. So that struggle was there, and I thought, why people are unfriendly in general. If I go to shop, or people just don't give you a smile first. I said, why I'm giving you a smile, I should stop with being, I feel sometimes foolish, oh, I'm become friendly, but other person is not so. But it's not even that straightforward. Some people are nice, gentle, but sometimes they don't smile, because it's not they are used to. So I need to think in that way as well, that, okay, one thing I realize about the friendship in India and friendship in UK, in India, the quicker connection are important. When you meet first time and you feel something, you become friends. Second week you say, oh, he's my friend. But here, people it needs time to, even after 2 years, I asked someone, oh, isn't your friend? He said, no, I know him, but he's not my friend. I said, he works every day with him. And how can he said he doesn't know him. So I still didn't figure it out. In India, we say in 1 week, oh, he's my best friend. But I think there is some deeper understanding there. For British people, it takes time to become friends, because, or to be their friend. I think they like this. For them, trust is important. They like to know you first. They like to trust on you, and once you become their friend, it's more reliable and they are more trustful. That's what my experience was. With Arth Siddhi and other Western friends. They are very kind, helpful, but it takes time to become their friend, and it was great experience. So I learned a lot of things, but also this struggle. I was thinking about this struggle to connect with other majority people, and I said, I need to work on my conditioning, because the culture I come from is different than the culture I'm living. And that's where this nationality concept comes, because as a Buddhist, I need to change my attitude, my behavior. I need to understand other people. I can't just blame them. They are not friendly, or they are very serious or reserved. It's not. I can't just blame them. I need to take my own responsibility and change myself, because as a Buddhist, that's what I should do first. Take my own responsibility and change. That's what we believe in Buddhism, that change is possible, but you need to take initiative, understand yourself. So that's a bit about friendship. In today's society, like as we live in UK, it's multicultural society, isn't it? Like when you just go out on the street, you see English, Chinese. English should be here. We see Indian, Mexican, Spanish, we see everyone, and it's just great. And I find it a bit grateful as well toward British people that they are allowing all these foreigners in their country. So, in a way, they are compassionate. If they are not compassionate, how can all these people, how can they live together, you know? These 50, 60 years history, and it's just great. So people has changed, and obviously it's not, some people just don't like foreigners, some people like foreigners, even foreigners don't like other, you know, within foreigners there are complications. Spanish thinks we are better than Mexican thinks we are better than Spanish, or Indian thinks we are better than Chinese. So we all got problem, and we all need to get overcome from it, because first thing we need to see, it's not easy, but we need to see other person as a human being. He got the same feeling as I got. I need a love, I need all basic, what I need for my life, all basic needs. He got same needs, and that's what the basic principle in Buddhism, that kindness towards other. It doesn't matter which country, which continent he come from. We need to be kind towards other. How long? I got.
You have got about 8 minutes.
8 minutes, plenty. Yeah, kindness is important, and to grow that, to develop that kindness, Buddhism will help us. I'm not saying we are following nationality, but we need to go beyond our conditioning. We need to understand other person, and if we started practicing this, the future would be like, maybe it's imaginary, but it's possible. Like, we all live in one world. There's a beautiful song by Bob Marley. One life, one love. Let's get together and feel all right. I'm not gonna sing. So yeah, it's all about friendship and compassion towards all living beings and human beings. And to go beyond our conditioning, Buddhism can help us, and that's what I wanted to say today. I'll stop here.